This is PBC TV, your channel for county programs and services. Join us as we celebrate improvements to communities throughout Palm Beach County, including groundbreakings, ribbon cuttings, new services, dedications, and more. This is PBC TV Presents.
All right, good morning, everyone. I want to welcome you to the second annual Hispanic Heritage and Cultural Tour. I am extremely excited about today. My name is James Green. I'm with the Palm Beach County Community Services Department. And we know the importance of recognizing and acknowledging our Hispanic heritage and the contributions that Hispanics have made to our community. And today, we're going to have the opportunity to drive around to various sites throughout the county and to hear from many of our Hispanic leaders to talk about those contributions. And so we are extremely excited about today. And so you guys hold on to your seats. We have a treat for you today, and let's welcome Virginia.
Buenos días. I am so excited to be here to have, oh my God, Commissioner Barnett. We have a councilwoman from Boca, Yvette Drucker. This is amazing. We have, of course, Laura from his office that helps so much. This is so important to be here. It's not just a bus, and it's just not a cultural bus. It's a Hispanic Heritage Cultural bus. And I want to thank my boss, Mayor Greg Wise, because without his support last year and this year for the county commissioner's office, I think Juanita from District 7 is supposed to be here. I haven't seen her. Commissioner Bernard. It's something that it was long due. We needed it. It's a way of communicating and bonding, learning from each other. We're going to hear from all these amazing leaders that do great work that some of us may not know all the work that they do every year. So this is a great way of doing it the Latino style, right? With café con leche in the morning and pastries and Cuban food at lunch. So again, thank you so much for being here, for dedicating this whole day. Thank you again to my boss, to the commission for supporting an initiative like this. But we're gonna have a great day, and I appreciate the time and effort. Thank you to Children's Services Council. You guys are awesome. And we're gonna hear from Martha, but we're gonna do a little break so I can introduce the Commissioner Barnett to say a few welcome words this morning. And fasten up your seatbelts because it's going to be an amazing day, an amazing ride, guys.
Yes, good morning, everyone. So happy to be with you. I know so many of you, and I'm hopefully going to be getting to know everyone else throughout the day. Going to be here with you for the whole bus tour. Michael Barnett, County Commissioner, District 3. I want to thank you, Virginia, for organizing this. Mayor Weiss, who we'll be seeing a little later today. This is a very important celebration of Hispanic heritage, and I want to wish you all a very happy Hispanic Heritage Month. We presented that proclamation. Thank you again, Mayor Weiss, for allowing me to stand with you to present that proclamation. We both have a large and growing percentage of Hispanic people living in our districts, and that's a growing number, a significant population, and I'm so happy that we're here celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month, touring so many different areas of District 2 and 3 and other areas of the county. Thanks again. Appreciate everything.
Thank you. Gracias.
All right, gracias.
It's not often that we have an elected official in this bus. Now we got two. So, Councilwoman Yvette Drucker.
Buenos días. So my name's Yvette Drucker. I'm a city council woman, the first Latina elected in the city of Boca Raton, the first Hispanic on the council. You know, it's not every day that I get to start off my day con café con leche y pastelitos de guayaba, but I'm really excited. I was born in New Jersey. I grew up in Miami, Florida. I'm a first generation Cuban American. I've been living in Boca for about 20 years. I'm fluent, obviously, in Spanish. People don't know where I come from because I live in Boca Raton. However, the demographics there are changing every day. We're seeing much more Latinos coming into the area. From the moment I got elected, I've always been very culturally aware of where I come from. I'm a Cuban. I live in Boca Raton. I grew up in Miami. My parents are first generation. They came from Cuba in 1957, 2 years before the Castro regime, which was in 1959. That's when Batista came in. And I've always been a true Latina. I wear bright colors. I have a lot of charismatic personality. So really not the normal, I guess they say sometimes for electeds. I work back home in a city of Boca with a group called Hispanic Entrepreneurship Initiative. Marisol Gonzalez has been a friend of mine for almost 15 years when we started our advocacy efforts through the chamber many years ago, before we were elected, before she was a president. And their role is to help small businesses that are Latin-owned to get on their feet and show them the way. So I'm very proud to be a part of that organization. I'm looking forward to today. I'm so happy you guys invited me. I can't wait to hear all the great stories and continue to serve. And Latinos, vamos, que pa'lante.
I don't know where she finds the time to do everything, but she's a Smithsonian Fellow and Fulbright Specialist, Cuban-born of Spanish heritage. She's a former deputy chairman of the National Endowment for the Arts, the Experts Commission of the Preservation of the White House, the United States Senate Committee on Hispanic Affairs, all by presidential appointments. Oh my God, she's got an amazing bio. She's an author of España, la Alianza Olvidada, Independencia de los Estados Unidos, Spain, the Forgotten Alliance, Independence of the United States. Welcome, Martha Steinkamp.
Good morning. Buenos días. It is with great pleasure that I'm here today to join all of you in this very exciting day. I have to tell you that the architect of this bus tour, who's not with us right now, is James Green. And he is the one who worked very hard to make sure that all of us did not spare any efforts to ensure that you guys have a wonderful experience today. We are going to visit many sites, all different, and I hope that you will take with you a good idea of what institutions are doing in Palm Beach County, and also what people who work in those institutions outreach the Hispanic community. Something that's interesting for me is that Palm Beach County is a very young county. It was not incorporated until 1911, so that's almost like yesterday. And also that when we all think of Hispanic heritage here, but really it was Ponce de Leon who arrived at the Jupiter Inlet and thought it was an island and named it La Florida. And La Florida was because of the celebration of the Easter holiday. So this is how we get La Florida. And how do we get Palm Beach County? Well, according to the very early settlers, there was a ship, La Providencia, that wrecked on the shores here and spilled many coconuts that were bounded for Barcelona. And so they decided the name of the county is Palm Beach County. I don't know whether that story is true or whether it's just a story, but I thought it was kind of interesting that that's how it was created. The Hispanic population of Palm Beach County is about 22%. And what is interesting is that that population has grown so much in 10 years that the county commission decided we needed another district, District 3, and which is really a very pleasing thought for me to see that we are doing productive things within a new county in Palm Beach County. Now, I have to say, why are we celebrating? We have 55 years before the Pilgrims arrived. And we have 100 years when Spanish was spoken in this country before the English settlers arrived. And even today, Spanish is the most used language on the internet after Chinese Mandarin. So we have reasons to celebrate. Thank you so much for coming with us and enjoy your day.
Welcome, Marisela.
Buenos días. Mi nombre es Marisela Torres. My name is Marisela Torres. I am the Executive Director at the Esperanza Community Center. We are a nonprofit serving the community in the North End and West Palm Beach. I started the Esperanza Center 4 years ago to serve our families in the North End. The reason why I started the Esperanza Center is because I felt a calling to serve our families. Our families in the North End have historically just asked for services and they have not had a voice. And I felt that it was time for us to get together, organize, and start advocating for our families. And so many of you have been very supportive during that time and during this process. And I am so grateful. And if there's anything that I can do to support you in your efforts in the North End or anywhere else in the community, please let me know. I'm always here. Thank you.
I am Denise Negron. I'm the Executive Director for the Farm Worker Coordinating Council. We are also a nonprofit that provides services to farm workers and low-income families in Palm Beach County. We have been providing services for over 46 years. This organization was founded by a Puerto Rican, actually, and I am Puerto Rican, and I'm very excited to continue leading the organization and the first woman in this role. We have a lot of services that we provide. We have case management. We provide food distribution every Wednesday. We have food distribution, toiletries, diapers, support group. We have an education program for adults and children. We provide rental assistance, which have been, as you may know, due to the inflation and the rental situation, that have been the most service provided lately. We have two offices. One is located in Lake Worth and the other one is in Belle Glade. As you may know, Belle Glade is a very poor area that there are many families that are underserved. So they actually carry out 65 of the clients that we serve are from that area. As you may know, agriculture is the top industry in Florida and is one of the top 3 in Palm Beach County. Since they get up very early, they usually go to a corner to try to get a ride to go to the fields to work. That is the daily protocol that they use all day long. So they go there very early, work under this extreme weather condition that, as you may know, especially with the heat, from 5 a.m. probably all the way to 7 or 8. Sometimes they don't have time to eat. They don't have time to wash their hands full of pesticide. These are the people that I think deserve respect and opportunities. Thanks to them, we have food on our table. We try to make sure they get the services, the recognition, and the opportunities that they deserve. Our mission is to promote self-sufficiency and improve the quality of life of migrant and seasonal farm workers through education, advocacy, and access to services. I believe that all of us can make a difference, and if every time you eat, just remember that thanks to a farm worker, we are eating. So that's what we do. If any of you would like to come to our agency to have a tour, I will be happy to provide you a tour so you know more about the services and about the families we help. So thank you so much for the opportunity.
Claire Klum, Director of Education from Boca Raton Museum of Art. Please enlighten us about what you do for the museum and with the Hispanic Heritage Month or throughout the whole year.
All right, good morning. Buenos dias. Boca Raton Museum of Art. It started back in 1950 as an arts organization when Palm Beach County was very small. With a small population, they felt there was a need for arts in the community. And in the late 80s, we became a museum and started collecting. With great development in Boca Raton, we moved over to Meisner Park. And so we actually have two facilities. The main museum is in Meisner Park in the north end of the park. And then we also have our art school located in our original building on Palmetto Park Road. It gives us great joy to be a resource in the community, and so we are there for access for everyone. We see over 100,000 people in a year. We service approximately 5,000 school children every year. We provide free opportunities for schools to come to the museum where we connect it with a curriculum and make the arts alive. So while we're mainly a visual arts museum and organization, we have expanded to the fine arts. So you can come and do yoga in the galleries and in our sculpture garden. You can come to the art school. We provide art classes for munchkins, kindergarten right up to, we have people that are taking art classes in their 90s. So we have great opportunities for the expression of the visual arts at our art school. And we have on view and in our collection wonderful Latina and Latino artists. Picasso, Dali, Alvarez. We have Graciela Iturbide. We have many artists in our collection, photographers, painters, sculptors. And so every day is a celebration of Hispanic heritage for us because we try to incorporate all different cultures and ethnicities and the celebration of life at the museum.
I've known Claudia Ruiz for a very long time, and she works with CRL Media.
Gracias, Virginia, por la invitación. Gracias. So, my name is Claudia Ruiz Levy, and I'm a small business owner and entrepreneur, and the owner of the marketing agency called CRL Media. I started CRL Media many years ago as a necessity. Business owners, and more basically Hispanic business owners, who were looking for a way to advertise their business. So I'm a publicist. I went to advertising school. I'm from Colombia, by the way. Any Colombians in the house? So I decided to open the first multicultural advertising agency and public relations in Palm Beach County. Nowadays, my company is the bridge from the Hispanic community to a lot of government agencies, nonprofits, and private companies. And we help them with all their needs, from market research to branding to media planning to public relations. Some other clients include the Kravis Center, the school district. I think Jesus is here, Team Palm Beach, Children's Services Council, and many others that we work with on a daily basis at the city of West Palm Beach too. So thank you so much, Virginia, for this invitation. And specifically, the school district operations department needed to hire a lot of people to have the schools running on the new school year. Some of those schools include Joaquin Garcia High School and some other schools that needed to have, janitors, needed to have maintenance people, need to have people that was drivers. They hired CRL Media and say, what can we do? So we came with the idea of having job fairs. So we came up with this idea called Trabajo CI was the name of the campaign. So that is work. And what we discovered on social media was that a lot of people were saying, oh, there is no work. I want to work, but there is no jobs available in Palm Beach County. And, there is a lot of jobs. So we came with this idea that it was Trabajo CI and telling the community there is jobs available, so you can apply for it. And, they didn't know that they could work with the school district. We ran a very successful campaign during the summer that we finished like 3 weeks ago in Boca Raton, at a church in Boca Raton. We were in Palm Springs, West Palm Beach, and Boca, in different churches. We have almost 2,000 people attending those events. And the good news is that a lot of those people were hired. They were not only interviewed, but hired, and they're already working for the school district. So the effort is gonna continue, and we're gonna continue working towards that and doing more recruitment events taking that message farther between the Hispanic community of Palm Beach County.
Thank you. That was like an amazing effort, and it helps our community, right? Just to get good jobs. I remember going to other areas and saying, "Oh my God, the school district is hiring," just because I heard from her. Bus drivers, you can get your CDL, right? Bonus. So I was excited. Because you did a great campaign getting everybody excited. And that's why I say that the work we do every day, it's all of us together, because you never know who people trust, and we need to come together with the same message. Thank you so much, Claudia, de verdad. It's a pleasure having you here. He wears a lot of hats. Juan Pagan he'll tell you he's the director for the Florida American Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. He's not shy to tell you what he does and for whom and for how long, right, Juan? Gracias.
Buenos días. Quería asegurarme que estaban despiertos. I want to make sure everybody was awake. I run the Florida Hispanic American Chamber of Commerce, but that started back in the 90s in Broward County. And it started as a Puerto Rican Chamber of Commerce. And essentially all we're doing was, back then, was dancing and eating. When Santos Arroyo, who was the founder, a guy he's in Utah, he approached me and said, I need you to come over. At that time, my previous life, I was working with one of the biggest pharmaceutical companies in the country. I said, okay, if I'm gonna be here, this cannot be just about dancing and eating. Not that I don't like it, I love it, but we got to do a little bit of education. So therefore, I counted with the budget of Eli Lilly to be able to bring education not about pharmaceutical drugs, was about diseases. And diseases are what affect the Hispanic population and the African Americans and other populations higher than the Anglos. Why? You take it, for example, diabetes. The Hispanic population, the African Americans, are 4 times more prone to develop diabetes than the Anglos. And then they asked me, well, why is that? They said, okay, I'm not gonna get into the science now, but let me tell you why that happened. It's because our great-great-great-grandparents, they were so lovely and they treated us so much passion and love, we were so sweet. That's why we're sweet now. That's what it's all about. But then again, in 2003, we had an amicable divorce in Broward, and we came to Palm Beach County, and we named it Puerto Rican Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, and that stayed like that, for about 20 years or more. Why? In 2020, we make the decision to change the name to the Florida Hispanic American Chamber of Commerce. Why? We have representation of 21 countries that are residents in Palm Beach County, all the way from beautiful Mexico down to dancing the tango in Argentina. And then when you come up in the Caribbean, we do that merengue, salsa, and cumbia. So it is about how do we in the community help each other, and how do we work. And it is again, how with education we move forward, and how do we help the community. Thank you. We love you all. Enjoy your day. Gracias.
Gracias. Even though we come from so many countries in Latin America, we unite through culture because, sometimes our Spanish is not even the same. He works for the county in strategic planning. And Chito, thank you so much for joining us. Obrigado. That's thank you in Portuguese.
Well, thank you for having me, Virginia. Obrigada. Hello. Buenos dias. Bom dia. All right, as the Brazilian representative, I am Latina. Woo! And we dance some samba and carnaval. So yes, I am Marcela Carnero Millet. I work with the county's strategic planning and performance management area. I work with all of the different departments in the county. So I get to learn about engineering, about community services, mental health, public safety, all sorts of different things. And we work to make sure that we're on task. We're doing the things that we need to do to make sure we're reaching our goals, to make sure we have equal representation within the county, to make sure that we are being fiscally sound, that our goals are met according to our budget allocations, and that we're just always striving for excellence. So my background is in mental health and counseling. So I have my master's in mental health counseling from Nova, and sometimes people ask me, how on earth does counseling have anything to do with data and strategic planning? Well, all of the departments become kind of like my clients, and we set up plans of action and goals to achieve. So every department I go to has a different mission. And we work with the department, like Tammy's departments and youth services, to establish what they're trying to achieve, what they're trying to accomplish. And we're doing so many different things to make sure that we are being diverse, being equitable, as well as being inclusive of everyone in the community. We're using the data to actually drive these initiatives. We're using the data and the information from our residents, from our people here in the county, from everybody to say, hey, we need to be heard as well. And so our department, our area comes in and starts working with the different organizations, saying, okay, how can we do that? What are the resources you need? How can we help you tell your story? And that's what we do. And then a lot of departments connect with organizations like everyone here in the bus that's in the community as well, so that we can join hands and join forces and connect with everyone in the community. Because you guys are the eyes and ears of what's really going on out there in our towns, in our municipalities, in our county. So that's what the partnership and this hand-holding that we have comes together to help us really move the county forward. So I've worked in the community services department as well with our population that's unhoused or preventing homelessness. So I've been able to be boots on the ground. I've seen it myself. I bring it back to the folks and say, guys, this is how it really needs to work, or this is what our folks are saying they need the assistance with. So we start to guide those initiatives more towards what really is necessary to make the work happen and the goals become achieved. So Feed Your Mind is something that we started, Keith Klingscale, the director, started about 4 years ago, and then we took it to a whole new level. It was really a Lunch and Learn series that we started talking about performance management, how to improve things within your organization, make them more streamlined. And then we've added all sorts of things down to leadership skills, cultural diversity training, and coming from a sense of how does that lead our mission statement or incorporates into our mission statement of continuous performance excellence. So we've done that on a monthly basis. This is our 3rd or 4th year now. Virginia has been a guest. She's talked about how to create your own mission statement through having your passion leading your way and your purpose. We've had community services, we've had youth services here, we've had all sorts of different people come to talk about the wonderful things that we do here in the county. And we have about 7,000 employees, and all employees are able to see these Lunch and Learns either live or streamed through Channel 20. So we're very grateful for all the collaboration.
Thank you. Is when we are happy with what we do, we connect, right? We connect with who we are, because we were all born with skills. So when those skills are connected to what we do, we want to connect our own employees and our own staff and into something that they make them excel. Because when we are better, we serve better, and we're happy. We go home happy.
On that note, we also have a mentorship program here in the county. We have several mentorship programs. We have mentorships within different departments. We have leadership training in our own HR department. And we even have created our Team PBC tours, where we have staff tour different departments to learn about them so they can see, is this the right place for me? Or can I even go to that other department? What credentials do I need? How do I go back to maybe getting that training, that certification? And now we're really trying to be more inclusive and trying to look at the data to see, are there disparities in certain fields of work, engineers, the STEM field? Are we looking at minorities coming into the field more often? Are we looking at women? So all of these things are part of the data, but it all goes back to the people, because at the end of the day, we're in the people business, right? So thank you so much, everyone. I'm so glad to be here. Yeah, obrigada. Woo!
For us, it's a real pleasure to have you all here. We are the biggest free clinic in the state of Florida. When we started many years ago, it was in a little trailer in the corner of 441 and Boynton Beach Boulevard. And we were taking care of the farmer workers. Then now we are able to provide services to anyone who do not carry any kind of insurance, are under the 200% federal poverty level. No matter who they are, we take everybody here. We have great people in our eligibility that will provide all the help. If we see they qualify for something else, they will make sure that they get the services. We never say no. All our services are completely free. We want to have a place where the patient feels safe and can get all the services on board. We have FAU and UN with the med students, the ophthalmology residents. We have the cardiology fellows from We have social workers from FAU. We have nurse practitioners. In the dental clinic, we have Nova Southeastern University with the pedo residents. And we have Palm Beach State College with the hygienists. So it's a great team. We were able to provide $22 million in medication for our chronic disease patients completely for zero. Thanks to our wonderful staff who take the time and register them in the PAP program.
Buenos días a todos. Gracias por venir. But you all make Caridad the biggest and largest free clinic in the state of Florida. The Health Education Department started 18 years ago. I founded the program. I bring the community health worker before promotoras de salud. And now we are a Florida Board certified community health worker training center. And we also have the community health worker that is going to work with Rosa in the mobile units, vision, dental, and medical.
This is a wonderful place to be able to provide the services to those people who otherwise will not get any kind of services. I believe Caridad Center is the safety net of the safety net, and everybody deserves medical care. Are we ready? Yeah. Let's start the tour.
Welcome everybody. I want to welcome you all to Caridad Center. As Ali and Rosa explained, we've been a part of this community for 35 years and we serve predominantly Hispanic patients, but also anybody in the community that is eligible and needs our care. So we're really happy to have you all here to share our mission with you.
This is our waiting room. Before the pandemic, we used to be a first come, first served clinic. After the pandemic, we were trying to arrange how to fit everybody here. So right now everybody comes with appointment. Here is our waiting room for the medical side. We have community health workers that help the community. We have the social services here. You can see how we start the clinic in 1992 and then when we moved to the new center in 1997. Here we have one of our community health workers who goes to the community. We are able to provide diapers. Thanks to the community, we have a little shelter in the back where we have some clothing and all the needs. We have our therapist room here where we can have the psychiatrists and all the therapists providing these services to our patients. They are able to screen everybody. We ask just an identification that it could be from anywhere, a proof that the area where they live. Now we're gonna get into the medical clinic. We were able to provide $22 million in medication through the PAP program. We have, after the patient do the check-in, they will get into the triage. They will do all the before they see the patient. And if they need a blood draw or anything, it's done here. We make sure that all our patients get whatever exam they need. And you will see all the doctors that are here during the morning and during the afternoon. We have 6 rooms. Today we have a full house. So here we have Dr. Breedlove, our medical director. Here we have Dr. Weinberg, Dr. Needle, our nephrologist. Here we have the HIV testing that we provide every single day. And here we have our wonderful eye clinic. We have all the specialties on board. I have glaucoma doctors, cornea, we have retina, oculoplastic, you name it, we have it. Now we are coming to our dental clinic. Here, as you see, is the lab and where we get to process our x-rays. We have 9 rooms available. Right now we have here in this corner our Dr. Wright, Dr. Adalgisa Morel, how are you doing? And we have Dr. Cirulik taking care here. These amazing doctors come and provide free services, brand new Panorex, amazing Panorex. Dr. Cirulik has been not only coming and providing dental care, but he's been tracking the COVID. And here we have our front desk where you can see these wonderful girls. Our manager here, that is the one who makes sure that this place runs smoothly. And then we have our waiting room in here. Where are they? I'm doing okay? Yes. We want to make sure that our patients get the best service. And you know what is beautiful? When you see the engagement of the volunteers, we want to provide quality. Quality is the first thing that we want. And we want to have a nice building where they feel comfortable and they feel welcome. Really, Caridad has been amazing.
It is my pleasure and privilege to welcome you here today, and to say that this beautiful facility is your facility, right? These are your tax dollars, these are your contributions to supporting Palm Beach County schools, and this is the result of that. So when you're in here, I hope you have a pride, not just as visiting a school, but knowing that this is your school, this is part of your community. Just so that you know, the school, of course, is just open. This amazing band, the color guard, the cheerleaders out front have just been put together, right? So this is not a group from 2 or 3 or 4 years ago. This is a group that has just come together, students from different schools, some of them freshmen, but many of them sophomores and juniors, and just coming together and playing together. I want you to know that you are the first group. Even our teachers have not sat in these chairs. You are the first group. So welcome, and I leave you in the hands of our color guard and our amazing band. even though the school is done, there are pieces that are still being completed. And the auditorium is one of those pieces that is still being, the final touches, because the work that we're doing, and we can talk about that at some other point, is really, and I had the pleasure of working with Dr. Garcia over those 15 years in collaboration with him, and I can tell you that when I summarize his mindset, he always said you have to provide opportunities, and then you have to remove barriers. And that's the work we're setting out to do. We're trying to see how many opportunities we can offer to all children and supporting the families in the community to support them. And then that second piece is we've got to remove barriers. Now, removing barriers isn't just removing obstacles. An obstacle could be a lack of resources, right? So providing resources, in a sense, is removing barriers. But again, I thank you for your time and your visit today.
Yes, thank you very much, Principal Terra. We really appreciate you hosting us today. Hispanic Heritage Festival and the kickoff of Hispanic Heritage Month. And on behalf of Mayor Weiss and the entire Board of County Commissioners and District 3, one representative with this certificate of appreciation.
Thank you, sir. We'll do one more handshake here with the...
Tammy Fields is the head of Youth Services.
We have a commissioner on board, and you need to be really proud of our county commission for having a youth services department. To my knowledge, we are the only county in the state of Florida that has a department that is devoted singularly to the youth of our county. We've been going around the county and interviewing a lot of young people in different settings. The number one concern that our young people are expressing right now is mental health. They're very concerned. They're very concerned about their safety too. One of the things that we provide is free mental health services. You do not have to qualify for insurance. The only requirement is that you live in Palm Beach County. Those services are 3 to 4 months. It does not require a diagnosis code, which is really important culturally. There's a lot of cultures that do not want to carry a diagnosis code. So I have currently 6 Spanish-speaking therapists, so services can be provided. And we do it in a family manner so that the entire family is getting services. We also are accredited by the American Psychological Association to have an internship and fellowship program to educate future psychologists. In that office, we have a Creole-speaking psychologist as well. We also have the High Ridge Family Center, which is a residential facility. We work in conjunction with the school district. The school district has school offices on campus, so kids get the behavioral health services that they need, as well as education in very small class sizes. For many of our kids, summer camp scholarships is really important. We don't want kids to be home alone during the summer months. For any family that is at 185% of the federal poverty limits, they can get free summer camp for the entire summer. And there's a lot of agencies that are providing a variety of services, such as mentoring programs and mental health, after school programs, and a wide variety of programs. We have a mentoring program called the Level Up program that we work with the United Way and the Children's Services Council. That program is specifically for youth that are in the foster care or have been involved in the juvenile justice system. They're often excluded from mentoring programs just because they have been involved in juvenile justice. And they're the ones that may need it the most. And that mentoring program just won a national award by the National Association of Counties as the best in category for children and youth in the nation. So we were very proud of that. Our mental health services are free. If you know of families that are in need, please send them our way. We are happy to help them. We are located around the county. We have offices in Delray Beach, Palm Beach Gardens, West Palm Beach, and in Belglade. So there are services available throughout the county.
Thank you so much for being proactive, right? And like you said, the county commissioner supporting all the initiatives, and it's easier said than done. We're here at our second school. This is Okihili Middle School, and they're famous because they had the first International Spanish Academy. They call it ISA, right? International Spanish Academy.
Legacy is Palm Beach County. I'm so proud of the work that we do here at Okihili. We are such an accepting school and culture where everyone feels welcome. 75% of our students are Hispanic, and we have huge programs here for everyone to feel welcome.
It is an absolute pleasure and honor to be the elected board member representing Okihili Middle School, and I welcome you all today to our amazing campus. As the first Latina elected to the school board, it is a privilege every day to be a representation for our students and make sure that they're supported and that they see their full potential in every single one of us in our community. So to all of you that are here, that are small business owners, that are professional examples of what Latinos do every single day, I am so proud to be among your presence today. You're in for a real treat today, so welcome to Okihili Community Middle School, and as always, I'm at your service, school board member for District 2 and the community. Thank you.
Okihili is an amazing place, and what I want to say is we are part of a dual language program. We're in ISA, which is an International Spanish Academy, and as part of an ISA, we have a special partnership with the Spanish government, so we get some support from them. We're not only teaching students to read, write, and speak in Spanish and in English, but we also have cultural events that go along with that. We're one of six schools in the district, so only that many of us are international Spanish academies. However, we have over 30 dual language schools in the district, and so a couple of messages I want you to walk away with today is that even if there's only one language spoken in your home and that of your families, you can send your children to a Palm Beach County School District school and have your children come out completely bilingual.
Hispanic Heritage Month and our Hispanic Heritage Bus Tour. It was a beautiful performance. You had very talented, amazingly talented students. I just wanted to, on behalf of our Mayor Greg Weiss, Commissioner Mike Bernard, School Board Member Alex Aliala, and the entire Board of County Commissioners to present you with this certificate of appreciation. Thank you.
Regional Superintendent here for Central Region, and thrilled that today's the first day that we are celebrating Hispanic for our county and in the nation. So we're really thrilled that we do this. I think it should be celebrated year-round, but we'll take a month. I do want to share that we are very proud of the work that's done here at Hilly Middle School, being an international Spanish academy. I know earlier in your tour, you stopped by Dr. Joaquin Garcia High School, which is one of our high schools also in the Central Region that just opened this year. We were actually there with 59 principals from Central Region, and that's where they hosted our first meeting. So we were all able to really take in this beautiful facility. But what's so beautiful about Dr. Joaquin Garcia High School is that they're building an amazing culture. Thank you for being here and for joining as we celebrate Hispanics in our culture.
We have Saidi Garzon. I actually met her maybe like a year ago, right? Maybe a couple of years ago. She's from Lake Wolf. It used to be called Lake Worth West, and now they rebranded, and I love the name, Impact Palm Beach County, Family Impact Palm Beach County. So I have your t-shirt and I've worn it. So please give a great welcome to Saidi.
Buenas tardes a todos. ¿Cómo están? Good afternoon, everyone. So my name is Saidi Garzon. I'm the Executive Director of Family Impact Palm Beach County, also known as Lake Worth West Resident Planning Group. I am proud to share with you that we recently went through a rebranding process, and Family Impact Palm Beach County is our new name. So our mission is to impact families through support, resources, and to empower families to become self-sufficient and to thrive and prosper, and to encourage other families to do the same. So we do that through different services. We support pregnant women. We make sure that the pregnant women are receiving the prenatal care that they need. We also have a lot of activities, community events for the families. So early childhood education is very important for us. So that's why we have parent-child activities, and we encourage parents to be involved, actively involved in their kids' education, because we want our kids to be successful. So we also have a group of wonderful home visitors. They go to their clients' houses, and they provide services to families with kids between the ages of 0 to 4 years old, because we want to increase school readiness. We know that it's important that our kids are ready for school. So what this group of home visitors do is that they go to their clients' homes, they bring toys, they bring educational books, and they teach the parents how to be involved in their kids' development, how to promote their kids' development. So we have wonderful programs, wonderful workshops, because education is also a big piece of what we do. So we have a monthly calendar full of workshops about different topics, parent-child activities, community events, and actually one of the important things, one of our priorities this year was leadership, community leadership. So we have identified different leaders in the community, and we built an ambassadors club from the parents in the community. So these parents are doing amazing. We are providing training opportunities for them. But thank you so much.
And thank you because you're here letting us know what you do with the community that sometimes again we don't know. Thank you so much, Michelle, for being here. Please let us know all about El Sol Resource Center.
Hello, my name is Michelle Elner. I am the grant manager at El Sol. So El Sol was started back in 2006 with the need of a safe place for our day laborers to gather to find employment. But from there, it has grown to 6 areas of focus, and it's become a really big organization within the community where our families not only can get case management through our community care program, and they also have the health case manager, so where they can get connected to resources within the community to get services for their well-being. But we also have the opportunity to provide adult education programs, so that also includes ESOL classes, ESL classes, worker development, also the opportunity for Spanish-speaking clients to obtain their GED in Spanish, and also because the population that we serve also have a very low literacy level, we also have the opportunity for them to finish their secondary school. But we have the labor hall where any person that is in any resident of Jupiter who's looking for a day labor opportunity can come to a safe place. We also have our food and nutrition program that provides that food for those workers who get up really early to try to make it to find a job. And they also get provided a lunch to eat while they're out working. We're open 7 days a week, so a homeowner, a contracting company, anybody who needs that additional help, those extra helping hands, they're able to come to El Sol and they get matched with a worker that has those skills that individual is looking for, so or that company is looking for. So, and you can negotiate with the individual right there, the pay, the hours, the type of job that they will be completing. So we have people from Lake Worth, we have people from Boca, we have even from Stewart. They come all the way to our center just to be able to hire somebody that they know that has been vetted through El Sol, but we have some history of the individual versus somebody that's just get off the street that maybe they don't know. But this service is also needed in every community, right? We have people waiting outside in Home Depots. So we try to be a model for the communities to see, because El Sol is needed everywhere. But it's not only beneficial for the employer to be able to have an area where they can just go and get a worker, but it also, the workers also benefit, our clients benefit from it, because incidents of wage theft, injury, and there's been so many things that happen out in the community that they're able to come and have somebody to represent them, advocate for them, not only through the case management, but also we have services through legal aid that we partner with. There's a lot of services for our clients and the community as a whole.
Thank you for sharing. So when I knew about, when I found out about El Sol, it was through Jill Hansen, who's an attorney very involved in the community, American. She speaks Spanish. And so the El Sol was named after her husband, Sol, I don't know, Silverman? Right. So it's not because it's the sun, it's because of his, right? And I worked with Jill Hansen back in 2007 and 2008 because she was a very advocate of community IDs. Please make sure that you visit El Sol. Thank you so much for being here. Susan Gillis, she's the curator of collections, the Schmidt Boca Raton History Museum. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited to hear what you have to say about the History Museum.
Well, thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be on board with this great crew and a wonderful stop so far. We were founded in 1972 as a nonprofit to collect, preserve, and share artifacts and information relevant to the history of Greater Boca Raton and to act as a preservation advocate, historic preservation advocate. We operate the beautiful Schmidt Boca Raton History Museum, which just underwent a major renovation during the pandemic. And we have beautiful new professionally designed permanent exhibits in multiple galleries in the old town hall, which is a Spanish mission style building in downtown Boca Raton. The galleries include a pioneer era gallery. Boca was founded in 1895 when the railroad came through. Have agricultural roots. A gallery about Mr. Meisner, of course, and the land boom of the 20s. World War II, Boca was a home to a big Army airfield during the war, a huge air base, and IBM Boca. And you may not know that the IBM PC, which is the ancestor of all PCs, was born in Boca Raton. That's where it was manufactured. That's our claim to fame. And then we have a huge timeline exhibit that spans the entire length of the building. We also have educational programs, outreach, tours, including tours of the Boca Raton, originally Mr. Meisner's Cloister Inn. We have the official sanctioned tours. And of course, we have the research library and collections on the topic of Boca Raton history. But I wanted to mention some fun facts for you because I'm basically the town historian, all right? You would think with a name like Boca Raton, we would have a real Spanish history, right? Okay. Well, there's a legend about our name. I'm sure you've heard many versions, right? My favorite urban legend is this. The Spanish explorers came to Lake Boca Raton and they saw opossums. And they thought possums were big rats. And that's how it got to be. Well, no, but good story. Here's the truth. We know one of our members, Humberto Diaz, went to Spain to the National Archives, and he discovered that in the 18th century, Boca de Ratones was a nautical term for an unnavigable or a rocky inlet. That just makes sense, right? But here's the punchline. In the 18th century, Boca de Ratones wasn't in our Boca at all. It was on Miami Beach, which of course did not exist yet, on Biscayne Bay. And somehow in the 19th century, map makers started sticking it on our Lake Boca Raton. I have maps in our collection where we are in two places at one time. And of course, nobody could spell it. It's Rattones, Bocca, as one word with an E on the end. Hilarious. So that more southerly location went away. And then the more northerly stuck. But in addition, we do have, thanks to Mr. Meisner, who after he made Palm Beach glorious, decided to come to Boca Raton, we are in love with Spanish colonial architecture, even now. You know, it's 100 years later, and all our new buildings are designed with that motif. So a very proud heritage. I wanted to mention briefly, though, we have a journal we've been publishing for 50 years. It's online. It's called the Spanish River Papers. Did you know there was a Spanish River? It's a little waterway. Today it's basically the intercoastal, okay? From Boynton all the way to Boca, Rogers Lake, Wyman, Lake Boca Raton were freshwater lakes once upon a time in the 19th century. The Schmidt Museum is open Wednesday through Saturday, 10 to 4. We also have town hall talks. We have an award-winning website. So there's all sorts of information about Boca Raton history. It tells you about all our upcoming events. In April, we have a huge wine and food festival called the Boca Bacchanal. And it's always wonderful, everybody. So we do fun stuff as well as educational stuff. We like to combine those things.
Thank you.
I am Ruthie, I am from Argentina. The first thing that I wanted to say that I am so happy and proud to be among all many community leaders and organizations who have been working so hard and for so many years to really empower and support community groups while sharing our traditions, our roots, our family values that all have brought together to this amazing country. As immigrants, we have really endured a lot of hurdles while coming here, but that never stopped us, right? Of starting a new journey in a new country, embracing a new culture, and that is what has driven us and moved forward to make a better life for ourselves, our families, and the people around us. What is important is that we cannot forget about our roots and use those roots and our traditions and our culture to make a difference in the world. We are very talented, but the most important is that we have that Hispanic passion, and we really need to make use of that to really cross boundaries and bring us all together. I am with the Office of Community Revitalization for Palm Beach County, and the mission of our office is to provide technical, financial resources, educational opportunities, and community organizing efforts to 85 communities in need in unincorporated Palm Beach County. Our communities are characterized in general by a large population of low-income families, a lot of migrant families, communities that have a lot of code enforcement issues and crime. So no matter whether the community is in need of a neighborhood park, rehabbing a home, building a road, reduce the speed in a community, we are here to try to help to help those communities in need. We have a lot of programs. There is a folder within your packet. We have a grant program that provides up to $10,000 to do neighborhood improvements within one of the communities that we serve. We have our street lighting program that provides the street lights within the communities. We also have a traffic calming program to provide speed humps, and we work with many county agencies to address the needs in the communities we serve. We work a lot with the Hispanic communities, and I am blessed to call Virginia my friend. We have been working together for the last, I would say, like 20 years, and I wanted to take this opportunity to really recognize Virginia's efforts and her dedication and commitment to ensure that the work of the Hispanic communities and our support is recognized. So I wanted to give it a round of applause for Virginia.
Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Hispanic Heritage Month again. My name is Jesus Cruz. I work as an engagement specialist for the communications department in the school district of Palm Beach County. I'm one of the few Cubans in South Florida. Just a few.
He's funny too.
Yeah, well, in the school district of Palm Beach County, this is the largest employer in Palm Beach County. It is the 5th in the state, the 5th largest school district, urban school district in the state, but it is the 10th largest urban school district in the nation. Yes, we're talking about nearly 23,000 employees. Nearly 13 of those 23, 13 are nearly 13,000 are teachers. We have 182 schools. Actually, this past year we opened 2 schools: the West Boynton Middle School and Dr. Joaquin, which is I think it had been 17 or 19 years that we did not open a school, and especially a school that was named after one of our leaders from the community, Hispanic leader, Dr. Joaquin Garcia. We're super happy. That school, when it opened in August, it had already 1,700 students enrolled. So, and it's gonna go, much larger in the future because it only has 9th, 10th, and 11th grade right now. Next year is gonna be the first year that we'll graduate from that high school. We have a 92.8% graduate rate in the whole county. We're talking about 66 of the schools are rated A and B. We have, I think it's more than 230 school police at this moment. We also have around 330 or more than 330 choice programs. This is one of the things that the district is really proud of, the choice programs. We have choice programs in almost all the schools in Palm Beach County. And we have very good CTE programs, which is career technical education programs, where the students graduate with a certificate and they can go straight to work with that certificate. In the medical field, construction, automotive, and a few of those that I can mention. We're also very proud of our adult education program with around 29 schools that offer community education. We're always encouraging our parents to go to those programs so they learn English, they can learn another language, they can learn a trade, and they can also learn leisure programs that we have. They can learn how to do Photoshop, etc., etc., etc. Oh, I am an engagement specialist. I work in the communications department. I do all the communications for the Hispanic community. We have our website, palmbeachschools.org/careers is for employment, and we're hiring. Again, the district is 114 years old. It was founded on 1909, or 37 dual language schools. 3 of them are Creole, and 2 of them started this year, and 34 are Spanish. Of those 34, 6 are International Spanish Academy. And for you to know, the teachers at the International Spanish Academy are from Spain, the ones that teach Spanish, all the subjects in Spanish. They're from Spain because it was an agreement with the consulate and the Ministry of Education, Culture, and Sports from Spain. So it's not that we like to go to Spain to hire teachers or to recruit. It's just that this program is with Spanish teacher with the Spanish culture. Now, in many of the other dual language programs, the teachers are from our community. Yeah, the adult education program, we're super proud about it. Yeah, they can learn a lot of things, including in the medical field. They have programs that they have them HHA, they have phlebotomy, they also have cardiography, I think it is. ESOL, yeah. They have, in adult education, we have a lot of programs, which is really cool. I don't know how come people are not taking advantage of that, because you can even learn a leisure. You can learn something that you always wanted to learn, like photography, painting. At the school, when the schools have the word community, that means that they do adult education. Thank you, everyone. Happy Hispanic Heritage Month.
We are so happy to have you here at the Norton. Welcome. Welcome.
We are so excited to welcome our diverse and rich and wonderful community, and we are grateful for you being here today and for us being part of this tour. In 2019, the museum opened this expansion of the Norton's facilities that were designed by Norman Foster and Partners. When one of our first exhibitions after we opened was called The Body Says, I Am a Fiesta. And that is a title that has its origins in a book of stories and folklore by the Uruguayan writer and novelist Eduardo Galeano. So in 2021, Frida Kahlo, Diego Rivera, and Mexican Modernism, the collection of Jacques and Natasha Gelman, was shown here at the museum. It was the first grand scale exhibition that the Norton has ever held of Mexican modernism. And it included more than 150 works, including paintings, works on paper, photographs, and clothing similar to that which Frida Kahlo wore herself. The exposition also included the largest group of works by Frida Kahlo and Diego Rivera ever seen here at the Norton in our 80-year history. This exhibition featured the work of Pablo Picasso, particularly his graphic work, in a variety of media, from etching to lithography to linoleum cuts, like the large bust of a woman with a hat that you see in bright colors on the screen. And the work represented his insatiable desire to explore and experiment with visual media. Presentábamos la obra junto con grabados de Albrecht Dürer y Rembrandt. We presented the works of Picasso alongside the works of two other great graphic artists from the past, Albrecht Dürer from the German Renaissance and Rembrandt. So this work was given to the museum on loan from the Hispanic Society in New York, and it will be on view until 2024. Even though Joaquin Sorolla lived in Madrid as a mature artist, he returned frequently to his native Valencia, and that was the location where he enjoyed painting on the beach and capturing the brilliant light of the Mediterranean. And scenes like this were also very popular, it's something very important to him, painting scenes of the fishermen as they were using oxen to bring their boats ashore at the end of the day. Today you can also see, in addition to the work of Joaquin Sorolla, a video by a Salvadoran artist named Abigail Reyes, which offers a combination of clips from telenovelas, which challenges masculine power with, I think, a bit of humor. This is our mission. We are storytellers. I've just shared several stories about artists whose works have been on view. And we find all the time that when we share stories, we make these works come alive. And we bring something to this experience for our visitors that they may or may not find on their own, but we also facilitate a conversation.
Yes, of course, Mr. Tomlinson, thank you very much for welcoming us today at the start of Hispanic Heritage Month and our bus tour. I'm grateful to you and your colleagues for making all these pieces of art and programs available to the families and children in our community. And on behalf of Mayor Greg Weiss, Councilwoman Drucker, Commissioner McBernard, and the entire Board of County Commissioners, we just wanted to present this certificate of appreciation to Norton Museum of Art for your participation in the 2023 Hispanic Heritage Cultural Tour.
so they can attest that we have, a great set of services for seniors. So I'm just gonna mention really quick, for those of you who do not know, we have 3 senior centers. One in Palm Beach Gardens, one in Lake Worth, and one in Belle Glade. Any senior 60 and older can go join for free. If they don't have transportation, Palm Connection will pick them up at home and drop them off at the senior center. And if you wonder about those Hispanic seniors that, like my mom, for example, my mom came from Bogota about 2 months ago. She didn't want to come. She thought, what am I going to do there? Nobody's going to speak Spanish, or I'm going to be bored at home. And guess what? If you go especially to Mid-County in Lake Worth, it's 95% Spanish speaking. Seniors and staff is for free. It's for active seniors, and they love it. They love it. They go eat breakfast, lunch, they do exercise, they do arts and crafts, they do singing, they do, you name it. So we have that for the active seniors. If you have perhaps the need of somebody because of memory issues, dementia, we have the daycares. In 2 of those senior centers, we have adult daycares where we do have nurses and staff. And for those seniors that might need supervision or be forgetful, they can spend a full day, Monday through Friday, with senior services. We also have, I think right now we're up to 12 congregate meal sites. So around the community, there's those centers where we serve breakfast and lunch to the seniors, 60 and older, for free. Then we have home delivery meals. We were serving about 360,000 meals per year. This is huge. We have a lovely team of case managers, some of them on the back. And, they visit the seniors at home and ensure and arrange in-home care. That's for the seniors that are unable to leave the home and need care. Those that need somebody to come and help them shower, help them with preparing a meal and supervision, respite care. We also have the EHIP program, and Betty is right here. That program, I don't have room anymore in the office to put the files of how many seniors we serve. They help seniors that have disconnection notices and find out for electricity payment. So if you know of any senior that is struggling to pay the bills and is at risk of being disconnected, Betty and Sandra, and we have Kanika, Olivia, a couple of folks over there at Daytura helping out lots of seniors. So senior services has the nutrition, case management, daycare, congregate meal sites. It's just a very large number of services available for the community. And we have a wonderful team of staff bilingual. We have the Spanish, we have Creole, and then we go to the home. So it's wonderful. If you want to know anything else, if you know the community, a senior that is struggling, cannot make it at home, is alone, I would like to join the senior center, the daycare, or need a home delivery meal, we're there to serve. The population of seniors is increasing, and that population of Hispanic seniors is even getting larger and larger. So I'm here. You're more than welcome if you want any information, and thank you. Hopefully you got to hear me on the back.
Hello everyone. Buenas tardes. Buenas tardes. My name is Lina Aragon, another proud Colombian. Oh my God. It's like we're everywhere, right? Everywhere. Okay. So I'm going to let you know a little bit about Palm Trend. You all provide wonderful services and do a lot of our community. Guess what? Without us, what do you have? Right? Transportation. Transportation is what opens the doors for people to access things, to break those barriers. So, just like our mission statement says, Palm Trend, we provide access to opportunity for everyone efficiently, courteously, and safely. You were able to experience the safety part this morning. That's what we do. We make sure that everybody's safe. But what is most important of what we do is we ensure that everyone has the same access. We need need you to ride these buses. Get on the bus. Palm Trend is for everyone. We want to make sure that not only your clientele, but you as members of the community, get on the bus. You will not believe the great, fantastic bus drivers that we have. They make sure that you get to your destination on time. They make sure that you get to wherever you are going in a safe manner. And they do it every single day, no matter what the challenge is. So our heroes, and I call them heroes because when all of us were cooked because of the pandemic, they were out on the streets every day making sure that those first responders and essential workers were able to make it to where they needed to be. Our Palm Trend Connection drivers were delivering the meals to the seniors because the dog centers were closed. And our Palm Trend Connection drivers, very proud to say that I work for the Palm Trend Connection division, make sure that those seniors receive those meals. Our Go Glades service in the Glades is the on-demand respond that makes sure that people on the Glades have one of the best services of public transportation in the country because we provide them for a pickup service on demand that you call and say, I need a transportation, and a bus shows up to pick you up. So that's how good our service is. Please remember that. We're also key when everybody scoop up because of hurricanes. Guess who is out there making sure that people get to shelters and out of shelters? Palm Trend. So Palm Trend is here to serve the community. We're here to serve all of you. We're proud members of the community. This beautiful Hispanic bus is just a little representation of all of the members of Palm Beach County that make Palm Trend. An organization is nothing without its people, and we love our people at Palm Trend. And we want to make sure that you return that love by riding our buses. Come on over and make sure you tell to your representatives, transportation is vital for our community. Whatever you have, public transportation, the economy rises up by more than 20%. So we need public transportation out there. We need that for our community to thrive. We need it in all the areas of the county. So once again, make sure you start leaving your cars at home, start riding our buses, and we will be more than glad to serve you. Thank you, everyone, and thank you, Virginia, and to everyone that has put this together.
We could not have done it without Palm Trend. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you and we're so proud to have a Latina, right? Let's give Alina un aplauso. Muy bien. Gracias.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jeremy Johnson, and I have the privilege of serving as the President and Chief Executive Officer of the Historical Society of Palm Beach County. And we maintain and operate the Richard and Pat Johnson Palm Beach County History Museum located directly below you all on the second floor. And on behalf of our board, our professional team, and our many dedicated volunteers, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the historic 1916 courthouse. Now, whenever I get a great group in front of me like this, I always love to ask by show of hands, how many people have visited the museum before? Wow, all right, this is a great group because I don't normally get that kind of response. Well, for those of you all that have been to us before, thank you all for coming out. And for those that have not been to visit us before, where have you been? So I hope that we're going to give you an opportunity, and I'll talk a little bit about some things that I'd like to invite you all to join us with. But before I do, I just want to, again, thank you all for making this a stop on your tour today. We have some great speakers to talk with you all today, but again, I just want to take this opportunity to welcome you, but I also want to take this special opportunity to invite you to come back and join us. The other exciting thing that I'd like to share with you is in November of this year, we're going to be opening, and I want to apologize, I think you all may know that one of our entire galleries is out of commission at the moment because we are preparing for a grand exhibition exploring the history of resort sportswear and its birth right here in Palm Beach County. So that special exhibition on fashion will be up beginning the first part of November and will run all the way through June. So in between the entire season, we're gonna have cocktail parties, lecture series, many receptions, and fun things for you all to do to engage with the Historical Society of Palm Beach County. And we are so delighted to have this opportunity to share with you and to celebrate with you Hispanic Heritage Month. Now it is my pleasure to introduce District Court of Appeal Judge Arthrob. Judge, if you would like to come up and say a few words. Thank you. Thank you all very much.
Buenas tardes. ¿Cómo están todos? Bien? My name is Ed Artau. I'm a judge of the 4th District Court of Appeal. The 4th District Court of Appeal is the intermediate appellate court that covers Broward County, Palm Beach County, St. Lucie, Indian River, Okeechobee County, Martin County. Did I say Indian River? Yeah, I can't. So all of those counties, all of the appeals, before they go to the Florida Supreme Court, they come to our court. Our court is located in West Palm Beach. That's where it's headquartered, because they kind of historically, I think, try to pick the biggest counties were Broward and Palm Beach, so they pick something somewhere in the middle between that and the smaller northern counties. So we're located here, but our jurisdiction covers all of those. I used to be a trial judge in the 15th Judicial Circuit, which is the courthouse across the street, and I was there until I became an appellate judge in 2020, and I served with my colleagues here, who you're gonna meet as well, Dahlia Weiss, Circuit Court Judge, and our real trailblazer, because she was the first Hispanic judge, and that's Nancy Perez right here. She was the trailblazer for Hispanics on the bench, and so it's fitting that she's here today. We at the appellate court, we sit as we don't sit like the trial judges, where you sit as one judge hearing a trial. Instead, we review for error what happened at the trial court or what happened in an administrative matter, and we sit on panels of 3 judges, so that I think maybe in the wisdom of those that created it is that, 3 minds are better than 1. Perhaps somebody might get the issue wrong, and that's why we have dissents, concurring opinions, and majority opinions at the appellate court. All our opinions are published. They go into Westlaw. They can be searched. So if we issue an opinion, a written opinion, as opposed to just an affirmance, a summary affirmance, those are actually written opinions that explain our reasoning, that explain why we concluded that way with regard to the law. And then the court of last resort, of course, is the Florida Supreme Court after that in the state system, unless it's a federal issue that might, perk up to the federal appellate courts. And we also run, you probably saw some of our names on the ballots last November. So appellate judges, unlike trial judges that are either initially appointed or they run, or they have to run for re-election and they could draw an opponent, we are up for merit retention every 6 years. And so every 6 years you'll see, and it's a rotation. So some of us are up, this next November. Some of us may not be up for a couple more years, but we would be on the ballot as a yes or no, basically. Should we retain Judge, in my case, Artau, to remain on the appellate court, yes or no, as opposed to having an opponent. I grew up, my parents were born in Cuba, and they left Cuba in 1962. I was born here a little bit after that, and they came here kind of with the clothes on their backs. So they spoke mostly Spanish. They had some broken English that they had picked up here and there. but for the most part, I kind of feel that I learned English by watching Sesame Street on TV, you know, or The Electric Company or one of those shows. And that's where I got my grammar, and that's how I write opinions now, Sesame Street. I think it's great that you guys do this tour. I was here last year. I don't know if some of you may have been here last year as well. I think it's wonderful that you're all celebrating Hispanic heritage, that you do this tour every year, and that you're interested in the courthouse, that you're interested in the judiciary and what we do as the third branch of government. It's actually the most efficient branch of government because I think it costs the government the least, because basically you're paying the salary of a judge and staff and a courthouse to run that basically administers the whole, thousands of cases. So it's a very efficiently run branch of government. As a young lawyer, I started practicing in this community when this was the courthouse. This building here was the courthouse. It was wrapped around, and it wasn't as small as it is now. They have basically taken the wraparound off of it so that they could show you how it was originally built for historical purposes, which is wonderful that the Historical Society has done that and maintains this and operates this great historical building. And it always means a lot to me because I started practicing law as a lawyer in this building before they built the courthouse across the street, because our community just kept getting bigger and bigger and we needed a bigger courthouse to operate. So unless you all have any other questions, I want to let some time for my colleagues to speak, and thank you all very much.
Before you go,
yeah.
So on behalf of Community Services Department, Board of County Commissioners, and Children's Services Council, who helped sponsor this today, we want to extend this certificate of appreciation for your participation in this year's Hispanic Heritage Tour. We really appreciate your contributions and you sharing your insights, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much. You guys do great work for children. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, I appreciate the certificate. Thank you so much.
So what a great honor is to have Judge Nancy Perez. Oh, you want me to? Oh. We're going to introduce Nancy Perez. She is a retired judge. She was our first Hispanic Latina. So I can't wait to hear you speak. Judge, please come forward and tell us all about what's to be the first Latina judge in Palm Beach County. My goodness, thank you.
Bienvenidos. Back in 1991, at the age of 35, 36, something like that, I got a phone call because I had applied to be a judge. And my assistant at the time said, Nancy, you have a phone call, which is what they would say at that point. And so I said, okay. I said, who is it? She says, oh, it's the governor's office. I said, no, it's not. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. I thought it was a prank. I got on the phone, and the governor at the time was Lawton Childs. Some of you probably don't even know who he is, but some of you do. And if you have any sense of history, especially Florida history, you know who he is. And you might want to check him out. If not, just Google him and you'll get some information on him. He says, hi, I'm Lawton Childs. That's the way he spoke. He wasn't governor, he was Lawton Childs. He says, you know why I'm calling? No. Because when people get appointed as judges, sometimes it's the governor that calls you, you're the lucky person that gets appointed. But some governors didn't do it. They called everybody that was up, whose names were up. But other governors had staff people or their council make the phone call. So each governor has their own way of doing things. So he says, I want you to be the next judge. And I just did like this. I was just astonished. And I said, well, thank you. I'm honored, and I will do my best, which is what I said when I got sworn in. And as a matter of fact, I got sworn in what was the ceremonial courtroom at that point, which I think this is the equivalent, although it was facing in a different direction at the time. So once they did the renovations, they changed it around. The governor at that time, when he became governor, decided that he wanted to use his words as quoted to me by someone else. He wanted diversity in the court system. At that time, Palm Beach County had 12% Hispanic, and there was Hispanic attorneys, because I practiced, just like Judge Artau, I practiced in this courtroom as well with the wraparound. People applied to be a judge, and the committee, made recommendations, and the governor, whoever the governor was at the time, made the decisions. And I got sworn in, and I served until 2018. So I served a total of 27 years. I served as a county judge, and those of you that don't know what county judges do, they are the equivalent of what you see on TV as people's court. We handle all the cases where people are suing each other when I was a judge, the amount that was being sued for, the cap was $15,000. Now it's $50,000. So all those smarter judges now do it. I'm a child of farm workers. My mom and my dad didn't graduate from high school. My mom and my dad are from Puerto Rico. I wasn't born in Puerto Rico. I was born in the western part of upstate New York, and I was raised in Fort Myers. So, my mom and dad, I was my mom's translator when she went to the doctor. You do what you have to do when you are a child of people from different cultures, whether it be language or whether it be culture. But I will tell you, if you have any aspirations, whatever your aspirations are, don't ever give up on them. Whatever those operations, just don't give up on them. And once you get to wherever you are that you are happy with, just go out and make a difference in your own little way. And we all make a difference in your little way. Just even saying hello to someone who's having a bad day, you just made a difference for them, whether it be a child or whether it be an adult or a senior. So once I retired, I am doing volunteer work. I'm serving as a senior judge every so often. So I'm still involved, but not as involved as I was before. And I'm less stressed, for sure. But it's a job that I am so glad I had, and I am so glad that I was there to make a difference in my own little way. Thank you, everybody.
Sure. What stories? Hi, I'm Yvette Drucker. I am the first Latina elected to the city of Boca Raton, the first Hispanic. today, on behalf of Commissioner Barnett had to leave for the day, on behalf of the entire Palm Beach Commission and Community Services and myself, I represent the City of Boca Raton and CSC, I'm sorry, it's my first one doing this. I have the Certificate of Appreciation for the first Hispanic County Court Judge of 1991. Thank you for doing what you do.
Thank you.
And thank
you
you
so
for
much.
being here.
But if you have any questions individually,
We can answer them at the end. That's a great story.
Thank you.
And I have the pleasure of introducing Jueza Weiss, Judge Weiss, which I met a couple years ago. She sat next to me at a place, and I don't know how we ended up talking, and she's like, I'm half Argentinian and half Uruguayan. I'm like, what? So like my Argentinian came up. Thank you so much for being here. I know you had a busy week, so please come up and tell us all about your work, Judge Jueza Weiss.
Hi, everyone. Hope you can hear me. I'm Dahlia Weiss. I'm a circuit judge here at the 15th. Welcome to all. Bienvenidos. I will give you my quick story. I was a career prosecutor for 17 years. I ran the SVU at the State Attorney's Office. And let's see. I was appointed to the county court bench with Judge Perez in 2012. And I sat in the civil division and then the criminal division. And then in 2016, I was appointed to the circuit bench. And what I did not know at the time is that I am the first Hispanic female circuit judge in Palm Beach County, and still the only one, which is, it was quite frankly a shock to me, and it remains a shock to me that this is still the way it is with the population of Palm Beach County. Hispanic, I think, is right around or above 25%, if I'm not mistaken. So I currently sit in the felony division or the circuit criminal division, where we do the big stuff, the first-degree murders, armed robberies, anything where a possible penalty is prison is what I handle. I also serve as the administrative judge for the felony division. There are seven of us that do jury trials. Virginia knows, poor Virginia, I was emailing her. I was in a murder trial that just ended yesterday that I wasn't sure was going to be done by today. So I'm very, very happy to be here. Very briefly, my own history. I was born here right after my family moved here to this country. My mother is from Montevideo, Uruguay, and my father is from Buenos Aires. And Laura knows because her husband grew up with my first cousin in Montevideo. So it's so special for me whenever I see people connected to my family. I no longer have my parents, but they instilled their culture, which is my culture. And so having this today is everything for someone like me. So welcome. It's my pleasure to be here. Thank you so much.
Again, it's very such a pleasure, Jueza Weiss. This is on behalf of Community Services Department, my boss, Mayor Weiss. This year, Commissioner Barnett, he had to leave District 6, and then we do have District 7, Wilnita from Mike Bernard, so we're so proud to be actually highlighting your work. And thank you for taking time, and it's such an honor.
Because she's been over. That's
right.
That's why I pass it to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Right? Sorry.
And last but not least, We have Gina Fraga, who represents the Hispanic Bar Association. I am so excited she's here. She's going to let us know all about what they do with the Hispanic community and the attorneys. So please take it away.
Hi everybody, my name is Gina Fraga. Hi. Yo soy puertorriqueña. I am a local attorney. I practice immigration law. I've been an attorney for 17 years. I've only practiced immigration law. I joined the Hispanic Bar Association about 5 years ago. When you become an attorney, you meet a lot of Hispanic attorneys within your community, and Adriana Gonzalez, which is an amazing Hispanic attorney within our community, kind of begged me to join. That's how we have a board, and usually that's how we fill our board. We meet other Hispanic attorneys, usually they're younger, and we have them join. The Hispanic Bar Association was formed about 30 years ago by a group of Hispanic local attorneys, Jose Rodriguez, Justice Labarga, he's a current Justice of the Florida Supreme Court, and Victoria Vilches. This year, I had the task of finding out more about the history, and it's funny because when I asked all of them who was the first president, they were fighting about it. So Jose Rodriguez said he was the first president, but then when I spoke to Victoria Vilches, she's like, of course he's gonna tell you, it was me. So she's like, a woman was the first president. So what we do is we foster relationship and networking within the Hispanic bar, just so people could move up, get a better job, know these judges. These wonderful judges always participate in our events. We do a lot of pro bono events within our community. We partner with nonprofits like Latinos in Action, which are a nonprofit inside the high schools. We go to schools to read to little kids so that they can see us. We look like them. They could be attorneys. I could do that because sometimes their parents work so much. And their parents don't foster, you have to go to school, you have to go to college. So that's what we try to do. We partner with El Sol, Centro Maya Guatemala, Legal Aid, and we do clinics such as Know Your Rights presentations. We have a lot of undocumented Hispanics within our community, and every time something in politics changes, they become really scared, so we try to help these organizations to be in the community with them. We also do the community ID program with Legal Aid, and recently we did something called Advanced Directive. So anytime there's an immigration law, we try to have people do powers of attorneys, so that they have something in place if they get arrested, something happens. Basically, that's what we want. We also want to see more Hispanics on the bench, obviously in Palm Beach County. It's so sad that Miami, Broward, they have so many Hispanic attorneys and we don't. So we try to foster that, and we try to do clinics of how do I become a judge? And these wonderful attorneys always say yes, and they help us. We have an event coming up called Women on the Bench, because obviously we want to help minorities get up there so that our little kids see judges up there. We also not only help people become judges, we want to help people be in politics. So we try not to deal with politics, but we want people to be involved. So basically that's what I do, and I will be here. I'm vice president this year, and we have a big event called the La Barga Gala. It's usually in October. Everybody's welcome to come, and if anybody has questions, I'll be here.
Nice to meet you. On behalf, as we said earlier, on behalf of Mayor Greg Weiss, the entire Palm Beach County Commission, Commissioner Barnett had to leave. I know we have Representative Bernard Mack here. Yep, I don't know where she went, but she's here. And Community Service Department, and of course Children's Services Council. Myself, I represent the city of Boca Raton as the first Latina on the dais. Thank you for everything that you're doing, and I agree, we need more women in politics and more women in general. So thank you for all that you're doing.
Thank you.
So So thank you. I hope you include us more. We'll support you. Please make sure that you get people's emails, and we want to be next to you and the Historical Society to grow our community and grow what we've done. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. And please know, it is a deep passion of mine for this institution to be representative of the community that we serve. And the Hispanic community plays such a significant role in Palm Beach County, in South Florida, in our country, in our world. So on behalf of everyone involved with the Historical Society of Palm Beach County, thank you all so much for being here today, and I hope you'll come back and visit us again. Thank you.
Welcome everybody. Thank you so much for being here. This is great. So many people. All right. I'm Olga Vasquez. Like I said, I'm the Director of Artistic Operations here at Palm Beach Symphony. So we want to start with giving you a little more insight about our programs through the years. So this is our 50th anniversary season. We're excited to be celebrating this year. 50 years, we've come a long way. So our next little, instead of me telling you about what we've done in 50 years, we're going to show just a little brief video that hopefully will give you an insight as to how far we've come so far.
Our audience originally was a very small group of supporters on Palm Beach Island who would have concerts where maybe 100 people were in attendance.
We played good music, but it could only almost be called a chamber orchestra.
A gentleman by the name of Bruce Bent was one of the original people starting with the Palm Beach Symphony, and he used to do quartets at his home.
We were small at that time.
This is now full-fledged Philharmonic Orchestra.
It competes with any other orchestra in the United States.
The community needs classical music because it enhances and enriches lives of everybody involved with it.
Music is a universal language. Wherever you go, music speaks to people.
It enriches every aspect of life and your brain.
I think it's a great tool for young people to just learn a lot about themselves and a lot about what music was in the past and what's going to be in the future.
Everybody participates in music. You go out on the street and you see somebody driving by and the window's up and you hear the music, boom, 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 boom.
It's the only thing that we can really experience collectively, such a heightened sense of emotion at one time.
Classical music holds the very basis for every music we experience today.
If you don't have classical music or you don't have the arts in general, then creativity doesn't exist. And every society needs creativity.
The addition of Gerard Schwartz as our maestro has been the most exciting addition to the symphony that I can recall.
He's a great musician, he's a great person, he's a good people person.
He gets us to listen and to play together in a way that has not been demanded of us before.
Maestro Schwartz has really proved is when you play really well and you believe in what we do, there will always be an audience for that.
Now, I've heard Beethoven's Ninth played. I heard it played by Toscanini, believe it or not. The Ninth Symphony I heard this year by our Palm Beach Symphony was as good as any Ninth Symphony I've ever heard.
It was very memorable. I loved that performance.
And to perform it under such a great maestro as Gerard Schwartz was just an amazing experience, as well as performing in the Kravitz Center.
My wife and I looked at each other after or during that concert and said, you know, the symphony's finally arrived. It's really taken that extra step.
It took my breath away. I was so pleased and so proud.
I mean, it's just been a dream. And for me, of course, beginning the whole dream with an all-Beethoven program, including the Ninth Symphony and the Fourth Piano Concerto with Horacio Gutierrez, is something that you think about all your life. What would be the most extraordinary way to begin your tenure as a music director? To do that program for a large and appreciative audience with those great musicians, soloists and chorus. That's a very special moment for me and one that I will remember forever.
I feel like I've got a little piece of this symphony. I've made a contribution to it, and so I feel like I'm part of it. If they don't play well, I don't feel well. But they were just great that night.
Every community
needs art education, and every community needs to educate the future supporters of the arts.
I'm always focused on children and getting children exposed, because I think once you expose the children, then the parents also become exposed, and it opens up a lot of opportunities for them.
Our first year, I think we collected 1 or 2 instruments to donate to the school system, and that was a really exciting moment to have a couple instruments. Hundreds of instruments later, I think this program has grown into something that none of us really could have foreseen.
And then setting up for Holly Jolly. Holly Jolly is my favorite thing. Seeing a room that's just a blank canvas and then getting it ready and then seeing it the day of the event is quite something.
David McClimate's done a fantastic job to take it from just simply providing a service to providing the foundation for all cultural events and foundation for the expectation to set the bar for all cultural events in Palm Beach County.
As the CEO of the Symphony has put together an all-star group of staff focused on making really important changes to grow this organization. And when you think about the growth that the Symphony has had over the last, call it 7 years, it's pretty profound, the changes that we have.
We are now on par with any symphony in any major metropolis in the United States.
Every year it gets better and better. We have sold out audiences.
We've been able to bring wonderful soloists, wonderful conductors. It grew to be a great orchestra all around. It's been a constant transformation, and I'm happy to be a part of such a great orchestra now.
In 5 years, I hope to see Palm Beach Symphony playing 3 times as many concerts or more if we can. The more we can play, the better.
Carnegie Hall. I see this Palm Beach Symphony in Carnegie Hall in 5 years.
I know that in order for our organization to get to the place that we know we can be, it's going to take help from all the patrons that we've seen over these last several years.
Producing good music is not inexpensive. And the one thing that we are hidebound to is producing good music.
We want high-level performances. We want to service our community. We want to do some expansion, and we're all working together to do that, to bring the greatest music, the greatest soloists to Palm Beach, and to really make a mark as we have been doing in the educational realm. And we're so grateful to everyone that has come and helped support this great institution. It's a joyous time and a joyous occasion. And I personally want to thank every patron for being part of the Palm Beach Symphony family.
Before I turn it over to Bryce, who will talk about education now, I'm going to show you a brief video about our education programs, because it gives you a whole summary of everything that we do.
Be instrumental.
As a student, as a dancer, and as a music lover, that's music to my ears. Hi, my name is Deja Poltz, and I'm a Ballet East dancer. This is my 2nd season dancing with the Palm Beach Symphony in their children's concert series in Peter and the Wolf. And I play the wolf. Each year, the Symphony's Children's Concert Series is attended by 5,000 Palm Beach County school kids, and it's free of charge.
To be up there with professional musicians, I had never done anything like that before, and it was wonderful. It was so much fun. And then the dancers were just phenomenal.
I'm one of the thousands of young people in the community who benefit from the Palm Beach Symphony's many music educational programs. Let's take a look at these programs and see how they're enriching our local schools and student musicians.
The number one problem that we face here at our school is just having equipment and materials that are working, functioning, and enough of for the students.
It feels wonderful to be able to put these instruments in the hands of my students.
These instruments will have a chance to be used widely across the entire program, from the beginners to the advanced students.
This is a Title I school, so not all of the students at the school are able to afford instruments, and they're definitely not able to afford the quality of instruments that we've received from the Palm Beach Symphony.
Ay, significa mucho porque puedo practicar y puedo aprender más con esta herramienta.
Now I could accomplish my dreams of being a trumpet player when I grow up.
We didn't have a lot at first, but now that you guys are donating it to us, it's really helpful.
Everybody can participate now in the band, and not all of us have to just sit out and watch the others play.
It's very generous of the Palm Beach Symphony to give an instrument to us.
STEAM Night combines arts and sciences through music interactive activities. Coaching sessions. The Palm Beach Symphony sends actual orchestra musicians to instruct students in their music classroom.
We have the opportunity to continue the detailed work that we do as a class with these resident artist residencies to be able to continue the work in the practice room. It's really wonderful, and to have specialists on their instruments that are professional musicians is a very powerful, inspiring thing for the students.
In some schools, the Palm Beach Symphony does year-long residencies, which means that they take these coaching sessions and do them throughout the whole school year.
We've had people come in and work with our groups and do some tutoring. We've done some side-by-side concerts last year.
With performance opportunities, the Palm Beach Symphony gives kids a chance to play with their school groups in their community. The Palm Beach Symphony Instrumental Music Teacher of the Year Award is an award given each year to a Palm Beach County music teacher who demonstrates an outstanding history of work in music education. Even if an instrument can't be played, it can still be beautiful. And the Palm Beach Symphony has come up with a way to take retired instruments and make them into works of art. This is their musical masterpieces.
Palm Beach Symphony is instrumental to my school because of the wonderful donation of instruments and educational outreach program that they have.
Thank you for being instrumental.
Thank you for being instrumental.
Thank you for being instrumental.
Thank you for being instrumental. With so many ways to help support the Palm Beach Symphony's music education programs, there's only one question I have for you. How will you be instrumental?
Greetings, thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Bryce Seliger, and I am the Education and Programming Associate at Palm Beach Symphony. I've spent my life as an educator, and I say that I never left school. I was a student and then became an educator. But now I work with the Palm Beach Symphony. I've been here for a year and a half, and we have terrific educational offerings. I've been an orchestral musician all my life, and I'm just so impressed with all the things that we offer this community. We make a big impact. Olga joined the team in 2016, which was really the inception of our education programs. And since then, we have impacted 70,000 students. We like to give the students in this county the musical tools and the opportunities they need to succeed. And this includes socially, academically, musically, and emotionally. One of the primary programs that we have is really successful. It's the instrument donation program. In 2016 to 17 season, we donated 18 instruments, and last season we had a record donation of 162 instruments and 396 instrument accessories and pieces of equipment. This year, our fiscal year begins June 1st, so as of June 1st, we've donated 32 instruments thus far and 137 accessories. We have a process in place for these donations, so the community, we advertise on our website that we accept donations. The community makes appointments with me and they donate their instruments. I take that instrument to be repaired. We have repairmen repair people all over the South Florida region. And then at the same time, I look for the right candidates to receive these instruments. That could be schools or an individual student. Teachers can nominate students for an instrument donation on our webpage. We primarily do like to concentrate on low-income and Title I schools and students, though we do offer it for the gamut of the community when needed. We had one of our main awards through the instrument donation program is the Lisa Bruna B. Major Award for high school seniors. It was named after Lisa Bruna, who was an educational advocate at the Palm Beach Symphony. She passed away, so this is in her honor. Seniors can compete for this. They apply in November, they audition for us in December, and in December, January, after we have selected winners in December, I work with the student and their teachers to find a brand new instrument for them. And we like to, I really like to try to get them the instrument before they go on their college auditions, because it will make a tremendous impact on potentially even making the difference of getting accepted to their dream school and also getting a higher financial aid package, more scholarships, fellowships, these sorts of things. And the proof is in the pudding. So 2 of our winners, first place winners, are now at Juilliard on full rides. Yes. One is a freshman with viola performance, and the other is a first semester master's student in orchestral conducting. Yes. I mean, it really makes a difference. And the other winners are at Vanderbilt University, really prestigious schools, Tufts University, Carnegie Mellon, Baylor, University of Michigan, University of Miami, and also Florida State Universities. We had a televised Play It Forward instrument donation campaign. This ran for 4 months by Sinclair, mostly on CBS channels in Palm Beach County, and we reached over 3 million people through this campaign. They televised stories that they interviewed donors, teachers, students, and the repair technicians all involved. They created these story arcs. All in all, they did 14 stories total. They aired them 153 times. And so we reached 3 million people through this campaign. We received 80 instruments from the community members that I then had repaired and donated. It was a very successful campaign. Another program that we offer in education is residencies and coachings. In the spring semester of 2023, we had 96 coaching sessions, and we reached 137 classes through those coachings. This fall semester, we are also at the same 4 schools. We offer this for band and strings programs, so instrumental music programs. And this is our tuba player, Kevin. This is when we have our musicians go into the schools and run coaching sessions consistently. So this is a tremendous impact. This is really where we make a really big impact with students and the teachers, because a teacher can only do so much with hundreds of students, you know. For example, when I go into an elementary school, typically that teacher teaches every single student in that school. They have over 600 students in an elementary school, for example, one teacher. Okay, so they need our help, right? And as a musician, I can say that we might be able to, basics about other instruments, but we're a specialist on our instrument, right? So it's great to have a professional musician come in and work with those students. And so they will say, okay, well, this year I really need, for example, if they're a violinist, they'll say, I really need a double bass teacher, because violin, viola, and cello are most similar, but double bass has differences, more differences than the others. So we'll send a double bass musician in from our symphony, and they will run weekly or bi-weekly coachings. They'll basically take the section of bass students, bring them to another location. In this instance, it's tuba. So he'll bring the tuba students in to another location, work with them privately, and then sometimes he'll also go in, or whoever the coach is for that particular time and instrument, they'll go into the ensemble and play with the students in a side-by-side circumstance. So this is very fruitful. Because when you're sitting next to a person that's a professional, you are elevated immediately. A lot of what we do is nonverbal. We are doing things by example, they're leading by example. And so we see how they act, what they're doing, when they breathe, how they play, how they blend in, what their articulation is. All these sorts of things you pick up when you're sitting next to a professional musician makes a tremendous difference. So this is a really big impact for us as residencies. This current full term, and so for all of the calendar year of 2023, we are in 4 Title I schools. Those schools are UB Kinsey Palmview Elementary School of the Arts, so an elementary school. Then we're in the Conservatory School, which services grades pre-K to 8th grade. And incidentally, the teacher at this school is the mother of the teacher at this school. Okay, then we're also at Palm Springs Middle School, and then Lake Worth High School. And you'll actually hear the fruits of this labor soon, because we have a teacher and students ready to perform for you and speak to you after this. Okay, we also have incredible student performance opportunities, as you will experience today. So for starters, we have 6 Masterworks concerts in our series, all of which are performed at the Kravis Center, just a couple blocks from here. They're all in Dreyfus Hall, which is the largest performance venue in the Arts Center, in the Arts Complex. And we have students perform 1 hour before our show times in the lobby for each of these performances. So we typically on average get 1,000 audience members. That means that everybody that's coming in to see our concert sees the student ensemble perform. It's a really monumental experience for them, and it's really significant. This is just a bird's eye view of what it's like. This is Dreyfus School of the Arts String Orchestra playing. And also, there's a number of things that come into play here. So arts are typically defunded or cut. From their funding is often cut, and this helps elevate what they are doing to their administrators, to the community, and it gives voice to us when we're cut, when our funding is diminished. Another thing is we actively promote the collaboration with the student artists. So leading up to the concert, we advertise them in our newsletter and social media, and then we also advertise them after the fact, and we have our professional photographer photograph them, as the case here, so that they also have photographs for themselves, but for us too. So we do elevate them in publicity. Additionally, there's this continuum that takes place, because our teachers, whether they're the public school teachers, private school teachers, or the private instructor, lesson instructor, or the resident coach, they're often instructing these students, right? And then we give tickets to these students and their families to come and see the concert, and then they see their teachers performing on stage. So there's this real continuum of experience for everybody involved. It's a real cyclical situation. Really terrific. Tonight, we're going to hear from Lake Worth High School's Flute Quartet, and in December, they'll also be playing the pre-concert music then. Okay, 1 hour before showtime. Please come down. Okay, this is Alondra.
enjoy it.
Thanks for watching PBC TV Presents. For more information on county programs and services, please visit pbcgov.com. This has been a presentation of your Palm Beach County Board of County Commissioners.